we got Smash Bros. Though.
3, 2, 1, go!
What's up? It's your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. This is October the 2nd, 2020, 2K25, and we got the crew in here. What's up, Mr. Norris?
What up?
What's up, K-Bomb?
What's up? What it do, man?
What's up, Red Pill Sleeper Sale? I ain't seen your name. Haven't seen your name in a minute. So welcome to the show. Sign off in the comment section. Let us know who you is. But we got a little bit to talk about. Man, Microsoft. Man, what is Microsoft trying to do? They like, we trying to get paid to catch up. So we got to talk about Game Pass now. Also goes up. We're going to talk about the idiotic Nintendo fans with this Game Pass. Game key card nonsense. After a while, people, y'all got to let it go. Maddie Jazz, what's up? Nia, the video game her. What's up? Get those likes up, get those shares up, get those subscriptions up. We also gonna talk about art, style versus graphics. Interesting comparison between Ghost of Yote versus Assassin's Creed Shadows. And we got a little bit more than that to talk about. So what's up, my people?
Man, long week, brother.
We starting to say that every week.
Right.
Cause you see my week, brother.
Keith, I don't even want to talk about my week. That's why this is escapism for me right now. I'm trying to escape my week. So
Escape.
yeah, this is my party time. Anyway.
I ended up laugh on that one. That was funny.
But yeah, man, we here. K-Pop, did you get a chance to see Superman or not?
Did not get a chance. Didn't get.
Slap yourself.
I have not had enough time. We were busy this weekend, brother. Matter of fact, last weekend we went down to go see David this past weekend, so I didn't have time this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Y'all went to Branson.
Yeah. So I didn't have no time this weekend, brother. And then that Friday, my niece, my 2-year-old niece, came by and we celebrated her birthday. So
okay, man, that's crap. I just killed a gnat. As soon as I killed that gnat, another gnat just shows up.
Another one.
Jesus, I'm sick of these gnats, man. Are y'all
Can't
dealing
kill
with
that,
gnats?
brother.
Are y'all?
You got to get this. Yeah, go to the hardware store and get this little apple. It's like a little apple, and they got like a little vinegar solution in there.
Just killed another.
Get that, and they go in there. I had one, man. I had so many gnats in that thing.
Yeah, I
don't know. It's something to draw it to them.
Yeah, I can't do it. Like Jesus, bro.
You say you tired of the MF and Nats on this MF and plane?
Slap yourself.
Crazy line.
This is a wholesome channel, sir. You dare not say such filth. MF on this podcast. Anyway,
That's Samuel, man.
That's Samuel Jackson.
What's up, Cherry?
Oh man, I couldn't pass that up, bro. I'm sorry.
But yeah, man, we got a good show set up for you guys on tonight. Game Pass increases 10 buckaroos. Man, Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I saw a thought, and I'm gonna kind of try to bring it up and ask the same question here, but I'll wait till we actually talk about it. Yeah, man, I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of this
Ooh.
particular group of Nintendo fans who have just made game key cards the devil. I'm kind of just done with you and your boycotts. So I think I'm going to make it my business to buy nothing but game key cards from here on out. Like, I'm going to buy everything game key card. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of you. And I got an interesting, me and Keith, you remember what I brought up? And I got an interesting take on some people who had a lot to say about game key cards and the lack of ownership when they own nothing.
Ooh.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit. No, I'm not. I'm not lying, Nia. And slap yourself. I'm trying to insinuate that. I plan on buying game key cards as much as I can.
I think she's saying you ain't lying, saying it like about this conversation about game key cards.
Slap yourself. I thought
He came in ready to fight.
Yeah, I'm ready.
He was ready to fight.
She said you ain't lying. Okay, my bad, Nia. Nia, I apologize. I thought you said you lying level. You ain't gonna buy no game. I literally just bought a game key card.
Came in singing.
You ready?
I didn't see the ain't. I sure didn't see the ain't. I saw you lying. That's all I saw. I saw you and lying. Ain't just disappeared. What's up, Alan Steve? Nia, I am sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Comic Book Crunch, what's up, bro? I really am sorry. My trigger finger was happy. I pushed the trigger. I pulled the trigger too fast on that, Nia. I am. Let me slap myself.
Slap yourself.
Don't slap me. But yeah, we gotta talk about that, and we gonna go a lot of places. Nintendo turning down some great games that turned into greatness. Did you vet that out, Keith? Did you get a chance to vet that out?
Sir, I've been quite busy, but I know one of them is 100% true.
Okay,
I got a chance to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna talk.
All right, one will suffice, and the others we can just build on, hoping that they might be the case as well. Any interesting thing, y'all? Pray for our country. Let me just say this. Let me get real for a second. Pray for the nation, people. Pray. Start paying attention to what's going on in the nation. We're in a changing season. It's a change for this country, and I don't know if y'all paying attention. I'm not trying to go political, and I know we come on here and we talk these games, and we on escapism right now. We're trying to get away from escapism. But I'm telling you guys, keep your eyes open. America is going into a different place. I'm hopeful. I'm hoping that better minds see what's on the horizon and wisen up and abandon ship and course and correct the nation. But we better prepare for some serious changing going on in this country. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all need to keep your mind open. Keep your eyes open. There's a lot going on. A lot of crazy stuff going on. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
We got to pray just to make it today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't pass that up, brother.
I'm gonna need you to start passing some stuff up. I'm gonna need you to just be like, okay. But anyway, that was perfect.
Just to make it.
That was perfectly timed.
I'm sorry.
But anyway, cause we got so much, keep your head on a swivel. You heard? I hear you. Thank you. I'm glad y'all feeling me, man. I know we come here and we do what we do, and we try to have a good time talking about games, but man, there's a lot going on in this world, and we need to be paying attention. And in my other side of life and other hats I wear requires me to, and I kind of bring it to you guys. I care about all you guys. I love all you guys. I don't know half of you for real, outside of your name tag, but I genuinely care about us here. And I pray for this nation. I really do. I pray for the president. I pray for our leaders. I don't care what color bandana you wearing. I'm not a Crip nor a Blood last time I checked, but it seems like we are in a gang warfare, and hopefully somebody can bring these gangs together so that the country can move forward. But so pray for them. Anyway, y'all want to just go straight into what you've been gaming on?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go.
Do it.
Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. Yeah, Alan Steed, I appreciate that. Now, we've never been scared. You know, we try to pick and choose, though. But we in that time, man, where we got to start talking about things a little bit more. We don't want our escapism to cause us to just tune out to the reality of what's going on. And sometimes they can make stuff so normal that it's just another day. This is not normal. Our news is not normal. Like, they're playing with fire right now, and ratings and all the stuff that they're about. It ain't even no point in listening to news. It's like y'all are normalizing crazy. Y'all are normalizing. It's just crazy what we seeing today, and that's why I'm saying, like Nia said, keep your head on a swivel. Be looking, be watchful. You know, watch, like the scripture say, watch as well as pray. You got to be watching, and you got to take your head out the ground and take your hands off your ears and stop hoping that the bad monster just disappears. This gonna take some mobilizing. This gonna take some paying attention and learning, not just in the government on the national stage, but in your local districts, and voting, and making sure that you wisely are voting and using your brain with who you're voting for and what they stand for, because that's what happened. People closed their eyes and wasn't paying attention, and now we're in a situation we're in. But with that being said, who want to go first?
Go first. I think
All right, go
K-Bone
ahead.
been going first for the last 2 weeks, I think. Or a week. I love what you've been saying, Level. What have I been gaming on? I just turned off Mega Man X Mobile Edition. I just wanted to see what that was about. It was $1.99. I don't know if I'm gonna play that, but I love me some Mega Man X. I grew up on that. Let's see, what else have I been gaming on? I played a little bit of Jump Space.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah, that's
played a
right.
little bit played a little bit by myself. You know, I just played by myself. By myself. Excuse me, something in the throat. By myself.
Read between the lines.
Nobody to play with. Okay. I turned on Hogwarts Legacy, so it's on Game Pass. Can I say that? Is that a bad word? Hogwarts
talk your talk, cuz.
I turned that on today just to see the opening scene between the PC version and the Switch 2 version, and I must say, 60 frames per second feels really nice, man. Can't lie, 60 frames per second. But all in all, it's the same. It's the same game though. I'm glad I got the Switch 2 version, but
Okay.
60 frames per second is nice. And I don't feel like I played too much else, but I did end up buying the game today. It's a Steam Autumn sale. This game came out in 2023. I think it was panned. People didn't say it was good. They didn't like the protagonist. They said she was swearing a lot. They didn't like the girl. But I was like, you know what? She on sale for $20. I'm gonna give her a shot. And I bought Forspoken today.
Oh, sugar. Yeah, I put two and two together, made four.
So yeah, I bought Forspoken. I played the opening scene. I'm gonna go through this game, man. I think from what I remember thinking this game was beautiful. The particle effects and all those things. I remember thinking that was really nice. But I allowed everybody to say, no, this game isn't good. So I'm just gonna play it by myself, play it for myself. $20. If it's bad, that's $20. It ain't 70. So it is what it is. or 30.
Ain't that
a
crazy
month.
how impulse buys don't make you mad one way or the other? If it's bad,
It is what it is, man.
it is what it is.
It
It's on
is.
$20. All right. Mr. Norris, 60 frames per second. Rub it in,
Yes,
why
sir.
don't
Yes,
you?
sir.
Pause. Go ahead, K-Bum. This floor is yours.
No problem. I've been playing some of the usual, which is mostly NBA 2K. Still playing Marvel Rivals. There's a new character coming out next week. Daredevil comes out next week. He's gonna let the devil out. That's his. I guess what he says when he alts. So that's. I'll be looking forward to that. And a little Madden just because football season's here. So sometimes you get the itch. You watch the game and want to go down, throw down on some Madden. But there is one game that I'm not playing. I think I'm tired of it. I think I'm done with you. I don't want to play with you no
Don't
more.
do it.
I don't want to
play.
play with you no more. I don't think I like you. I think I'm done with Silksong. I don't. It ain't it for me, bro. It's just it. I realize what it is. I realize why I don't like Silksong. It has the story is baloney. I'm literally clicking through the story, and what it is when you keep having to do the same level over and over again, and yes, because you end up getting good and you beat the boss, but it doesn't forward the story. I don't feel anything. There's no carrot I'm chasing, right? I don't chase the carrot of let me showcase my skills, or chase the carrot of I'm just getting better at the game. There's another game that you die repeatedly over and over and over and over again. But every death is a new nugget of story. And I absolutely love the way they handle the story. And that's Hades too. I'm sorry. Every time you die, that you come back and there's something different. There's a different story element. People react to you differently. You got a different part of the board. People talk to you differently. Like it makes me want to play it more because of the story, and the story drives me to. And that's why I played Hades 1, and I thought it was amazing the way that it interacts, the way that you just unfolded this story. But when I finished the main story in Hades 1, I couldn't rekindle the urge to play it, right? Because I am a story-driven person. I love story, and Silksong just doesn't. It doesn't have. I don't play Souls game. Well, I do do. I do play Souls games, but the story has to drive me because I played both of the Star Wars games, which is a Souls game. Booty Blade is a Souls game.
I wish you would stop calling that game Booty
Blade. They are all Souls games, but the story kind of pushes you along, and you keep playing and dying and replaying because you want to continue the story. Silksong to me, like one thing, you have to read. so you already know you about done lost me already. And
called a little thing and he come running. That's talking, ain't it?
Yeah, and so I can't I can't do it. I'm not gonna respond to you, Keith. It doesn't do it for me, and so I like challenging games because believe it or not, the Prince of Persia game side scroller was a challenging game. It is a challenging game, but the story kept me engaged with it because it was cinematic and the way you interact, like that kept me along. I love the cinematic part of it, and if it's just me just trying to show how skillful and I can finally beat this boss, I grow tired of it. So I don't know. I'm gonna focus on Hades, which was what I've been focusing on my Switch. And I think Hades looks good. I think it plays well. I'm not a fan of the Joy-Cons. I'm just not a fan. I think I'm convincing myself to go ahead and just buy the new Pro controller, just so I can have the. That's why I think I'm convincing myself to do that. But I need to make sure I'm gaming enough on my Switch to justify the price. But no, I've been enjoying Hades. It is a fun game. I play it when I get a chance. So I'll play it at night before I go to bed. Get like a couple rounds in. But I've enjoyed it. I think it's fun. It's washed off the taste of Silk Song.
Okay, that's it. No more Silk Song slander here. No more.
It's me.
As much as I can tolerate.
Bro, it ain't just a game. It's me. I don't like those type of games. Silk Song is probably an amazing game for the people who like those type of games. It's probably amazing. And it is awesome. I don't like those type of games, and I have to be honest with myself and know when it's time to bow out. You don't have to finish every game, sir. And so Hades is not my new direction. I'll be playing that. You won't hear too many complaints out of me because every time I do die, I come back and I get another nugget of the story I get to enjoy. So that's what I'm gaming on.
All right, slap
yourself.
I want to give you claps in my hand. All right, there you go. Man. Okay, so for me, I haven't gamed on a whole lot of. Let me say it like this: I've been gaming, but it hasn't been a whole bunch of different games. I've been pretty much 2 games here lately, this week, and that's Star Wars Outlaws Switch 2 edition, or the Switch 2 version, and Silk Song. Now, like my compadre, my brother, Silk Song is a freaking challenging game. I'm not gonna front. It can get very aggravating when you just have no idea of where you're going. But that's also kind of the draw for me. When I feel like the game is trying to subdue me, I don't like feeling like you trying to humble a brother. That makes me just keep going. Like, all right, let me perk up, let me sit up a little bit, scoot over, mama, let me get on this. This game is trying to conquer your boy, and I just go to a whole nother mindset with it. And so I finally feel like I'm on the right path. I got the fabric from the one bug that I got over there. Got that, beat the big. I don't know. You pass a lot of this, but I don't know where K-Bum is as well. But I started.
You can spoil whatever you need to spoil, brother.
Okay,
coming back.
So
you can spoil whatever you need to.
I beat the. I don't know if she was a spy. I don't know what she was, but I beat her. You got like. So I'm on this other part, and I'm finally like feeling like I'm on the right path. I'm figuring out what I did wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. That was my problems. I think I need to stop listening to Keith.
Whoa!
Wait a minute. Let me explain. What did I do? Because you were so far ahead. I'm thinking we about in the same space. We probably in the same areas at the same time, and you talking about all these characters you fought, and I'm like, I haven't fought this. I haven't seen this. So I'm thinking I'm missing stuff. No, I haven't gotten that far yet. So now all that backtracking I did trying to figure out what I missed because of what you were saying, I'm like, man, Keith just way ahead of me. So
I'm in act 2.
I realized, but when you was talking about it, we had just got the game maybe 2 days, so you was already. So I'm thinking we are kind of in the same area. All three of us was talking about it, and so I'm listening to K-Bum, and he kind of talking about stuff I'm talking about. You talking about stuff I'm talking about, but you talking about other things. So I'm thinking, oh, I missed some stuff. What did you see the spider boss said? What you mean the spider? He right over there after you beat this. I'm like, I haven't seen no spider. So I still ain't seen. I'm not even. I got to get another power up to even get to the spider boss. I got to get the climbing ability. So I'm realizing I was in the right place. I just needed to keep going forward. I went back and just kept going through all those spots trying to find this boss. And that was what was making me mad because it's like, it is no way I missed this boss. I went everywhere over here. So now I feel like I'm back on track. It's a great game. But I give K-Bum this. I'm not going to leave him out there to dry. It can be annoying. Especially when the bugs just get erratic and they feel like the computer is cheating. You know you about to die this next hit. You just float lower, and all of a sudden, I know I timed you right, and you in some kind of way you glitched down farther than I jumped, and I'm dead. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt like throwing my controller a couple of times over this week.
Kick all the rocks.
But I could not, man. I could not put it down. I kept picking it back up like, I can beat this boss. Oh, I can beat this person out. And then when I started getting her time down and she dashing and she jumping and kicking and trying to slice and dice your boy, man, I was blocking all her stuff. I put her out her misery, went over there and put the big bug out his misery. He punching the sky. I'm like, yeah, punch all you want to. Hit the ground. I got you figured out. You dead, sir. Let's move to the next one. And then I float up, and she looking like Superman flying. I'm like, yeah, that was it. I'm feeling like a beast in this game. But another game that I've been playing a lot of is Outlaws. And I'm liking Outlaws, but K-Bum, Outlaws kind of made me mad, like what you saying, Silk Song. Well, no. Outlaws made me mad for a different reason, but
okay.
Outlaws kind of, I guess my brain was turned off from what it wants you to do. You literally own espionage. You are literally I don't want to say spy, but you are a person who sneaks around, gathers intel, and you work in between factions. You are loyal to no one but yourself.
Okay.
But you see what I'm saying? So so you got to do a lot of listening and a lot of observing and a lot of paying attention to what people said and remembering what they said and going into and finding and going to that. And it really doesn't give you, oh, I got to drive. I got to go out the city. I got to go over here. And so I'm running around trying to find this device. And lo and behold, I'm running around in circles. I'm going back. I'm like, okay, it's right here saying I don't have this tool. They don't tell me where the tool is because I forgot that somebody had talked about it and I didn't remember what they said. And I couldn't find what I needed to do. So
wait, Ubisoft didn't put enough points on the map for you?
There's a lot of that too. There's a whole lot of points. But I'm going to say this, man. This is a fun game once you get past the Ubisoftness of it. It's a fun game.
Can you define that? What is the Ubisoftness?
Ubisoft has got to put a lot of nothingness there for just Ubisoft puts a lot of distracting things that are unnecessary. Like I get side quests, and I had no problem with side quests. But Ubisoft put side quests on top of side quests on top of side quests. And you like, okay, what is the main quest again? What do I supposed to be focusing on, because you can get 5-6 different side quests within 5 minutes. Literally.
Bing, 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 bing. Hit them up.
And you like, wait a minute. So do you want to take on this quest? No, I don't want to go. No. And what I do like about it too is it forces you, because you're amongst criminals. You are a criminal. You are a thief. And you're amongst thieves. So you can't trust nobody. So you go in and the person be like, hey, you want a key to get into so-and-so and so-and-so's office? I heard of some great stuff in there. I'm just paraphrasing. And you have the option to, yeah. So the first, or no, you can turn it down and walk away. Well, the first time I walked up, I'm not thinking like I'm a thief and I'm amongst thieves in this world of thieves. I'm thinking I'm this character. This person offered me something. I'm going to need whatever he offered me so I can go up in here and get this stuff. Well, I'm like, yeah, I want to give it to me. I give him 100 points. I get to the place and they clown me like, you bought that? And the PC is clowning the brother. So I run back to where the dude was. He gone. And she say, well, I guess he got it. He ran off. Okay, he got me that time. I know next time not. I'm like, so you go to these people, so you got to be suspicious. This other dude was gambling. And he wanted me, he was down on his luck. He's like, look, all I need is 100 points. I promise you I'll get it back. And then you got the option to give him 100 points, 500 points, or walk away. So I walked away several times. So this other time when I got a lot of points, he said, I was like, I try it out, see what it's go. I ain't seen that I want to say something else. I ain't seen that since.
Hey,
I heard it.
It was right there.
It was
I
there
heard
too.
it in the
I was about to say
in the nothingness.
I was about to say, because that's how I felt. Like, where is
He made my
N-word
black
at?
activate.
Where is this
He
N-word
made my black activate. I know exactly what he said.
He said, "Made my black activate."
Where is this dude at? So it's interesting, and it's just a lot in the first opening segment. It's too much that it distracts you from the main quest. So, but the sound effects is great. I seen the actual PlayStation 5 version, and as dope as the Switch version looks, the PlayStation 5 version looked great. The Switch version looks good in comparison. I don't feel like I'm missing anything, but that 60 frames per second is a difference maker. I'm sorry. Since 60 frames makes it different. But I'm enjoying it. It's growing me. I just don't like running around in circles endlessly trying to. So I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. I had to go into the area and go to these different outlets in the area. So I had to get on the little, what's that motorcycle thing they call it? What they call those things? It's like a motorcycle. Yeah. So I had to get on that thing and go out there. And now the game was like, oh, this is dope. I didn't realize I had to use my little buddy a lot more than I was using him. And so I literally had
you little companion. You got a little companion.
Yeah, I really had to retrain my brain because I haven't really played a game that requires that much. Like Silk Song, it's straightforward. Mario game, straightforward. Donkey Kong, straightforward. This game makes you have to think, have to concentrate, keep up with stuff. And it was like, dang, man, I wasn't paying attention. I was just, you know how stuff go in one ear and out the other. I'm just trying to get through this so I can go on by my way. I know I need to listen to everything that person said. But I'm enjoying it. And so, yeah, that's what your boy been playing on. Mostly Outlaws. I'm really enjoying Outlaws. It do have that Ubisoft thing going though. Go ahead, Key.
But since we on the Ubisoft thing, this wasn't in the notes. I just put it in our group chat. But it says Ubisoft and Tencent have announced that they are opening the opening of Vantage Studios. It's a new subsidiary that will work on the development and expansions of Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry franchises. So, this is a new thing that just happened. They said the two companies' latest project made headlines in early 2025 when, after rumors that Tencent would buy Ubisoft, the conversation shifted to an idea that included only a few assets. In March 2025, the Ubisoft Tencent subsidiary was first revealed with the goal of working on Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry series. Although at the time it did not have a name, the announcement emphasized, however, that the joint venture has objectives including improving the quality of solo narrative experiences, expanding multiplayer offerings by releasing more content, and integrating more social features. And I'll finish up here. The announcement of Venture Studios is exciting because with this joint venture between Ubisoft and Tencent, developers will have a high level of autonomy to work on their projects and unleash their full creative potential while implementing player feedback. With the initiative of this magnitude, fans of Rainbow Six, Far Cry, and Assassin's Creed games are now waiting to find out how Venture Studios will take these studios to the next level.
Okay.
So maybe they finna wipe off that Ubisoft stench and really take it to
Ubisoft stank.
the next level.
Yeah, man. So like I said, it's called. I'm looking at it right now. Hold up, if I can.
It's called Vantage Studios.
Yeah.
Vantage
I hate
Studios.
when this thing, everything want to start opening up at one time, freezing. But yeah, Vantage Studios. Yeah, here it is, right here. What Mr. Norris was talking about. Ubisoft tenants, is that how you say that? Tencent backed subsidiary now has a new name, Vantage Studios, which he just read. The division which is taking charge of Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six goes into operations on today.
I hope
Dope.
it's working out for him.
I wanted to say Booker T. Sucker! I feel like screaming.
Can you dig it?
Remember when he called Hogan an N-word?
Oh yeah, he did. I'm looking at you.
But anyway, so yeah,
that
interesting,
definitely
man.
slipped.
So what did Tencent work on? What was games that they worked on? What are they known for?
Don't give me the line. Hold on.
I've heard that name before.
I have to.
Isn't that the people that made the game that Sony was suing? Isn't that the people?
You talking about that fake Horizon game?
Yeah, the fake Horizon game. Ain't that them?
I don't know.
Let me see. Let's go to Google. Let's just ask a question. We got it. Might well use it. If y'all know what Tencent is known for, let us know in the chat. Google, what is Tencent known for in video games?
Yeah, that's them. Sony is suing Tencent over the Horizon Dawn ripoff. Yeah, that's them.
Okay. So
I know one tripping. They got money. Yeah, Tencent got money.
They got what, K-Bub?
They got money. They got money. Because I think we talked about Tencent a while ago because I think they were talking about taking over Ubisoft. And we was like, man, this company ain't bigger than Ubisoft. And we saw that they were making way more money than Ubisoft. And we like, who is you? So I remember having this conversation about it.
Dang, sure did. Because they the ones on Pokemon United, Arenas of Valor, PUBG Mobile, Legends, League of Legends. Dang. They mobile.
Yeah,
they a mobile company.
Yeah, they got money.
They are mobile. No, they got that money though. That money.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, we talked about this, bro. We talked about this.
Smite. Yeah,
It's
they the
official
one.
now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Man,
I know that name sounds familiar.
but anyway, so Ubisoft was about to go broke. They had to do something. They was losing so much money.
Everybody doing something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dark 301 said they run Riot Games.
I was just finna shoot out Dark 301. What's up, bro? Welcome to the show. All right, so
I think Riot does Valorant, isn't that Riot? I think Riot does Valorant, which is a big hero shooter game that's a little bit different than Overwatch. Anyway, go ahead.
all right, so
I digress.
let's get into this first topic. Now, we didn't really talk about this a whole lot but now that they back in the news again, like Microsoft has this thing where they just don't like not being talked about negatively. It's like they don't feel right if something negative is not associated with their brand and their name. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Microsoft increased the sales of the Xbox Series S and X.
Price. Yeah, the price, not the sales.
Yes, right. I mean the price. Thank you. Increased the price of the Xbox Series S and X again. Again. Remember, they increased it the first time. And they said, you know what? Y'all not buying our system, so we're going to increase it again. So
they said, run it back.
Run it back. So a system that wasn't selling out initially, they upped it and blamed it on the tariffs. Okay, we give you that pass. We got Orange Face Tangerine doing his thing and causing stuff to happen like this. If you don't like me calling him Orange Face Tangerine, tell that brother to stop putting all that orange paint on his face. Anyway, stay focused level. So they had that out. They had that out. That was tariff based. But these jokers came back and said, that ain't enough. we gonna double. What you say, K-Pump? We gonna double it up. We gonna go back to back.
Run it back.
we gonna go back to back. We coming back to back. Drake, we on some Drake stuff right now. We gonna run it back to back. And they doubled it up, increase it again. And then when
another one.
I had DJ Khaled, one of his samples up in here, but I don't have no more. But if add an insult to injury, they was like, you know what, they wasn't upset enough over us, raising the price a second time. We got to do something else. We need anger. We want upsetness. We want people frustrated with us. We want hatred. What could we do? These jokers said, raise Game Pass up by $10.
Yeah.
I'm like, Microsoft, that's why Phil look like he weighed 160 pounds now. This brother job is, I think they got Phil hanging on for dear life. Sarah Bonds, you don't even see her no more. Man, what is going on with Microsoft, man? Like, read the room. And y'all just put out $1,000 mobile PC. Like, who want to take the full? What's going on with Microsoft right now? What is the deal?
Microsoft said, y'all got money. Forget you, pay me. Y'all got money. Wait, the pandemic ain't here no more. Y'all got money. Run it up. Come on. Pay me. I'm Big Daddy Bucks, as my boy Mighty Keith says. Big Daddy Bucks. Come pay me my money. We Microsoft. They said, you know what? We got the best deal in gaming. Game Pass is the best deal in gaming. And you know what's better? You paying us more money. Crazy work. I don't know, bro. So this really, it messes with me because Microsoft has really subsidized the Xbox division. The Microsoft company, we know that Xbox, for the most part, operates in the red. We understand that. We know that. But how bad is it that they have to raise the price of the system twice, and they are raising the only bargaining chip that they have in gaming? I'm sorry. Game Pass is the only bargaining chip they have left on their system. Is not the games per se, because they put them everywhere. They are willing to put them everywhere. The one thing that you have that separates you from Nintendo, that creates some kind of difference between you and Sony, is the fact that you have a collection of games at a then reasonable price that you can offer your gamers. And when you show your events or showcases, there is one thing you say during every video that you produce as Microsoft Studio, and that language is coming out day one on Game Pass. And you take that gift horse and look it in the mouth, and you think you can just raise the price. Pause that. And you think you can raise the price and everybody would say, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Here, take more. Take more money, sir, because this is the best deal in gaming. You know, at a certain point, the best deal in gaming, if you raise it high enough, is no longer the best deal in gaming. And so I don't know, man. It baffles me. I'm confused. And then you go out and you want to put out $1,000 system. Like, who is buying this, bro? Who in the past 3 months has gone out and purchased an Xbox system? I would love to see their numbers, what the numbers is right now. Because I don't know who said, you know what, I would rather spend more than a PlayStation and get less. Thank you, sir. Like, I don't know. I'm ranting right now. I don't even know where I'm going with the conversation. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Nia, you said I was about to sound like you. Man, K-Bum.
Darkwing Shark.
No, I almost slipped up and said, says, because I really
No, I
felt
said
like,
shout out to Darkwing.
I got him. I didn't see. Okay, what's up, Darkwing? I didn't see you in there, sir. He says, "What's up, everybody? What's up, bro?" So, Keith, man, K-Bum kind of laid it out. What's your thought? What's your thoughts on old Microsoft and Xbox and everything is an Xbox? It seems like they don't want nobody to have an Xbox. It's like, stop buying Xboxes. That's what it feels like they're saying to me. Go ahead.
To be a pioneer or not to be a pioneer. Pioneers are individuals characterized by creativity, courage, and willingness to take risk to explore new ideas or opportunities.
Let the man cook. Let the man cook.
Often leading others to new frontiers. Key traits include spontaneity, adaptability, a strong work ethic, and the ability to envision future transformations coupled with persistence, resilience, spirit, and willingness to learn from failure.
This is Phil.
Let's key in on the last part. Willingness to learn from failure. Sometimes you just gotta say it ain't working. Microsoft.
Was that poetry from Phil Spencer himself?
No, that was AI. Allen Iverson. It's the truth.
That's funny.
Hey, no, but for real, Microsoft is trying to be a pioneer in this gaming space. But here's the thing: they are the only ones who are doing one stupid mistake, and it's too late. They can't run it back. Nintendo has Nintendo Switch Online. You're playing the legacy game. Last few weeks ago, Nia told us that she ran the credits on Chibi Robo.
Chibi Robo. Yep.
PlayStation has PlayStation Plus. You're playing legacy games or games that came out a year or two ago. Legacy games. And I'm gonna add Steam in there because I just want to add this for context for PC players. Steam. I'm not a type of person that has to play a game the moment it comes out. I literally just said at the beginning of the show, I got Forspoken. The game came out in 2023. I do not mind playing a game that I missed or that's older. When Game Pass started, it started off that way. You were playing older games and people laughed at it. So, and couple that with the fact that Sony has been kicking their butt left and right, up and down the street. They try to go to a new avenue. Sony over there punching them like Dragon Ball Z. They everywhere. Everywhere Microsoft try to go, Sony is there punching them back down. So they said, okay, I'm gonna use my trump card. I'm gonna give you day one brand new games that cost 100 million, 200 million to make, and I'm gonna give it to you in a subscription service.
Booyah! Drop the mic.
And that's when they failed. They were so hungry to pioneer and do something so new that this model did not become sustainable. How you gonna give me a Call of Duty that costs what? How much is Call of Duty? Like 300 million, 400 million? And you're gonna put it in a subscription service?
Them ads are very expensive, sir.
Very expensive. They had to raise the price. It was no way this is gonna work that way. But it could work if you weren't trying to put a day one $300 million game in a subscription service. And furthermore, did you know this?
Furthermore,
If you bought Call of Duty, let's say you don't even worry about the subscription, you bought Call of Duty. Guess what? In order for you on Xbox to play that game online, you still have to subscribe to Game Pass because they put the online in one of the tiers. That's bananas. So I feel like Microsoft, you know, they had good intentions. They thought, hey, we put these day one games, people are going to come over there. But Microsoft, people weren't playing your games to begin with. If that was true, you would be number one already. But you're not. You've been in third place since you came out. You had your biggest opportunity was with the 360. So Game Pass Ultimate, just to finish it up here, Game Pass Ultimate, although it's a great service, I like it. I'm still using it right now. I know Nia's using it because the PC tier also went up, but it only went up to $16. And it's crazy to me that I built my own PC and I get a better benefit than a person who bought your console, who's actually invested in your ecosystem, but you're treating them like third-rate citizens. I don't know what Microsoft is trying to do. And like Level said, no wonder Phil Spencer looks like he's 160 pounds soaking wet because you gotta go out to the public and tell people this stuff. Like, are y'all serious? You want me to say that? I gotta. Yes, Sarah Bond, she over at some other place trying to become a president. I don't know. I forgot what company it was. It a pizza place. She was like, "No, this is nothing. This is nothing. I'm just a
this is my backup plan.
this is my backup plan because this is not looking good." I thought Microsoft would have learned from their mistakes. You know, being a pioneer, a willingness to learn from your failures. But it doesn't seem like they want to learn from their failures. They don't want to. I would just go ahead and reverse day one games. I know this is going to make a lot of people upset, but that's the only thing that would save Game Pass, lower the price, and people can come back. Because again, I don't mind. I can't speak for everybody, but I don't mind playing older games. I got a backlog of games right now. If Forspoken would have showed up on Game Pass, I would have loved it. You know what I'm saying? The game came out in 2023. So I don't know. They got to really figure out what they need to do to sustain what they're trying to do. I don't know. And then like K-Bone mentioned, $1,000.
Keep talking. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
$1,000 handheld device. The saving grace with that is that you only have to pay $16 for Game Pass because it's not an Xbox. It's a PC. It's an handheld PC. So that's the only saving grace. I don't know what they're doing. It just baffles me that this company could be this ridiculous. And I'm seeing like Xbox gamers online like, yo, I'm canceling. As a matter of fact, people were so upset that they crashed the cancellation page.
I saw that. That's crazy, bro.
That is crazy. Folks is like, no, I'm done. You keep raising. Like, all we've heard this year from Microsoft is prices are going up. Consoles going up. Game Pass going up. You drop this device that everybody is looking forward to, $1,000. No, man. No. People work too hard for their monies. And that was the thing about Game Pass. Like, it's a great value. and
Mhm.
it's no longer a great value. That's $360 a year. You literally have to play how many games? Like 6 games. Most people don't play 6 games. Like
Yesterday's price, not today's price.
yeah, not at today's $70 price. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. And to be perfectly honest, with their type of games, they don't have enough games that I would be willing to play at that price, anyways. And all the other older games, I'm just gonna buy. I'm gonna purchase them. And I'm gonna end here. Okay, when you come again, I don't know if levels back.
Mhm.
These same Xbox gamers were also champion Helldivers when they came over. So your own gaming community, your Xbox community, doesn't even truly support itself. You're talking about, yo, we gotta show Sony that we want their games. That's gonna stick it to the PlayStation gamers. The PlayStation gamers don't care. The only people that care is Sony. You know who you hurt in this process by not buying their games? Xbox. This is your community. The dollar has to circulate in your own community, and you're not buying games. I said I was gonna end. If y'all haven't seen that Mighty Keith,
Yeah, Mighty Keith killed it.
He
if y'all
killed it.
haven't seen that Mighty Keith video, K-Bon posted it in our chat. He killed it.
I might play it. You think I get hit? You think I get hit if I play
I don't know, but there was something where he put in about the owning of games was crazy.
It was on point.
That was
Let
on
me see.
point. But I'm gonna end it. I'm done. I'm off the soapbox.
So
Get it together, Microsoft.
I think both of you
Get it
guys pretty
together.
much knocked it out the park. I don't really. I think something is. I think is surfacing, and I'm a borrow this from Dr. Trey, and I'm gonna introduce it here and see.
The doctor.
Shouts out to Fred, 215, Matt Jazz 47. Welcome to the show. Anyway, so the question got to become, because a lot of these moves don't make business sense, because you're literally undermining and in some capacity sabotaging your own brand and product. You're gutting it with prices being elevated to places where an already unpopular device is more unpopular because you raised the price. It's already the least popular out of the three. Let's just be real. It's the least popular. And you haven't been selling much of nothing. And I said this last week, and I see somebody echo what I said. Comic Book Crunch said something I said last week. And you got back room stacked up with Series S and X's. You're not selling them systems, so tariffs ain't hurt you at all because you got enough you got enough product sitting in the warehouse that ain't gonna see it, don't need to be priced at tariff prices. So the question becomes,
Yep.
are they trying to sabotage Xbox? Are they trying to? Are they trying to kill it? I know that when I was listening to Dr. Trey, I was like, Trey, you sound, then I started thinking about it. Dang, you know what? When you are literally killing the brand because it's too expensive and it's already unpopular. And there's other devices out that's more popular and less expensive. What do you think people are going to do?
It's not sustainable to be able to support the Xbox division with what they're doing.
Yeah. So it's like you're not winning. You have not raised the price once. You have raised the price twice. And you already don't sell much. And you got Game Pass and you raising the price on it. Like the message is we broke, or the message is something is going on. The house on fire, Phil Spencer and the son are sweating. Bullet's trying to talk to us like he's standing in the sauna, just sweating and talking. And it's gonna be all right. Stick with us. No, brother, get out that sauna. You are about to die. Don't you feel the heat going into your nostrils? Brother, get out of there. Get out the kitchen. It's on fire. Anyway, I don't know, man. Are they trying to self-sabotage? That's an interesting question that I'm going to play Mighty Keith. Go ahead. Do you feel like something is awry here?
Go ahead, Keith. I kind of spoke briefly.
I don't know, man. Possibly. I mean, that looks like what they're doing. So I don't know why they would want to do that. I don't know the benefit that they would want to self-sabotage. This ain't like the NBA finals, like, oh, let's try to be the worst team so we can get the first round draft pick or something. I don't know why. I don't know why they would want to do that. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, they trying to self-sabotage. I don't know why, but nobody knows why Microsoft does what Microsoft does.
If they really want to pivot to a console list strategy, and Game Pass is basically everything is an Xbox, so it don't matter where it's at, because your PlayStation 5 is an Xbox now, the Switch 2 is an Xbox now. Your Fire Stick is an Xbox now. Your Sony TV or your your Samsung TVs and your toaster, your microwave, your smart refrigerator, everything is a Xbox. Could this be a way to make the home console aspect of its market unappealing? And that way that they could pivot straight to just Game Pass, and which will make sense to raise up the price because you're not selling hardware, so it's a software base. You raise up the price. People are accustomed to not paying for these games. I don't know. It was an interesting take. I don't know how to feel about it, but it definitely is not smart business. It's definitely not. I don't see nobody buying Xboxes this holiday season. You'll be a fool to buy. You will be a fool to buy an Xbox right now.
When you can turn on your Samsung TV and get the same games.
Yeah.
With your Samsung TV that you already have and play the same games. I don't know, man. Like I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I like, what are they trying to recoup? Because they're the impact of increasing the price, they know it's going to have a negative impact. They know that. They have people that's doing the models for them, that's running the numbers. They have a finance division. They have a division that looks at trends, that looks at environmental issues. It looks at outcomes, right? They're running these calculations. That they're not being caught by surprise. So they know that there is an amount of people that are going to cancel because of the increase in price. But then, do they believe that the ones that stay is going to offset that price, and then they can later recoup more? I guess that's the I don't know, because I don't work enough on the finance side or the business side to understand price increases from a business side of the coin. Because I'm right now, I just know from a consumer side, but I know from the business side, you have to have these models, you have to have these calculations, and so you know that, and it was so bad that they crashed the website with the flooding. Like, and I don't. Do they not have a post on the gaming society? Do they make these decisions despite what may be the outcome? Or they have a wealth of money that they feel like they can burn and then recoup later? with the return on investment later on when people forget about what happened and they come back anyway, because as Mighty Keith said, that these people ain't bought a game in 5 years anyway.
And
So
I'm about to play them. But okay, like Matty Jazz says, I thought this was a good point. Microsoft needed true exclusives to sell their Xboxes, no if, and, or buts. I agree. Somebody said something I wanted to touch on. Fred215 said, they are just a greedy company. Yeah, but think about this, Matt, or Fred. If you already know your platform, your systems are not selling. They're not selling at the base price. They ain't selling, right? You know by raising the price, you're going to shrink what's already not selling to selling worse. And to raise it again means you don't want to sell. Most people go the opposite way. We need to give them an incentive to buy our system. Let's lower the price. Let's lower the price and give them an incentive to buy our platform. They go in the opposite direction. Let's raise the price and raise the subscription that is your swan song, is your only thing that you got going for you. The very thing, like K-Bummer said, you can throw out there in a way of success. And you are now touching that in a way that's going to cause an already fragile fan base to be weary and worrisome and angry and frustrated, to look at you and say, you know what? Sony don't look too bad. You know what? That Switch 2, yeah, Requiem over there don't look too bad. That's what you do. PC don't sound too special when you got $1,000 mobile PC device that only has your name on it, because it's not really an Xbox. And if we be technically truthful, it's just a ROG Ally that is not really an Xbox, and a Windows on it that still struggles to run. I don't know what these folks doing, but anyway, Mighty Keith kind of got a little understanding. So let's listen to what Mighty Keith had. Fair use. Don't take our stuff down, Keith. Let us, Mighty Keith. We got a partner on our show named Keith. Let us, Keith to Keith. Let's play your video.
I am Mighty Keith. That's it. I'm done with Xbox. Do they think we're all made of money? 5 years I've supported them. Yeah, fought for them. Exactly. I even changed my Twitter profile picture and entire internet personality for them. Bro, how in the world can they do this to us? They're trying to justify the extra $10 because they put Ubisoft Plus and EA subscriptions in the package. They talking about putting the EA subscription in the package. Nigga, EA just sold their company. I don't want this. After all these years, how could they do this to us? I say we boycott it. Vote with our wallet, cancel subscriptions. I'm canceling my subscription right now. Dog, what the? They crashed the site. Ain't no way. Nintendo site crashes when you try to get a Switch 2. Microsoft site crashes when you try to remove Xbox. Whoa, I finally got through. Boom. Huh. I'm protesting by canceling my subscription. No more Game Pass. No more Game Pass. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's gonna show them. I say we take out our frustration on some COD lobbies. Hell yeah. Let me just, not really feeling COD. Wanna play something else? You don't wanna play COD? That's fine. I don't know why I bought the game in the first place. Trash game. You know what? Xbox is grinding my gears so much, I think I wanna play some Gears of War. Let's pop it in, baby. You say you wanna play Gears? I wanna play some Gears, bro. I wanna play some Gears, man. Okay, it's just, seems like the Gears in my Xbox ain't working too well because I can't find any of my games. The Game Pass games are gone because you ended it before the subscription renewed, but where are the games you owned? You said purchase? Oh. Like own? Oh. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like over the course of 5 years, you have bought games and owned them.
My Xbox.
Where are those games at? 5 years? That's a long time, bro. I can't remember. Please tell me, over the course of 5 years, that you have bought and owned Games. Well, I mean, it's a subscription service, so it's like the games come in the service. Oh, come on, man! It's the best deal in gaming, bro. 5 years! 5 years, bro. You ain't buy a single game? This is for the affordable gamer. This is the affordable gamer option, bro. Why would you put all that money in a subscription service? What you mean, bro? I saved so much money. You saved what money? Nigga, you don't own anything. You're trapped in their ecosystem, brother. You're a slave now. They must be doing this for a reason, right? You know, the more I think about it, the more maybe that Ubisoft and EA Play is worth it. It's valuable. Brother, you are coping. This company hates you. Nah, man, I trust Phil Spencer. I think $30 a month, 12 months a year. This is not what we meant when we said we missed the 360.
Or that's just crazy.
Oh my God. Keith be killing it, man. But that is so real that they got you at this point because you haven't bought anything. So if you do cancel, what are you playing? That's your whole portfolio of games. If you primarily been playing on Game Pass, you got to stick with it at this point.
I mean, what you gonna do?
Right. If you haven't bought a game in the 5 years that the Xbox Series X and S been out, you are literally stuck with Game Pass. You got to keep going with it. Which brings me to another subject of not owning your games and the outcry.
Ooh, that transition was smooth.
I
like that.
I like that. People, this is a public announcement. All the Nintendo fans here, I need you to listen and listen up. And all you anti-Nintendo who are really making this a thing, it's time to let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Frozen, I need to bring my girls down here. They're seeing that up right there. Look, so there's a new situation. Everybody was, kind of really blown away by Requiem running on the Switch 2 at the Tokyo Game Show. We kind of talked about that last week, and we showed it, and I might pull it up here in a second. But as it always goes, of course, the game will be on a game key card. And people have commenced to saying that they're purchasing the game. They're not going to purchase the game. They are boycotting the game now. And
more modern lighting techniques in games. And
with Keith sharing it in our chat. We all be in the chat. We just be talking and, at work, probably not doing what we're supposed to do because we too busy chatting and talking. Lord forgive us for not being good servants. And anyway, that's a whole other situation. But as we be in the chat room going back and forth, Keith put this up, and it was on X, that people are now boycotting Capcom and Requiem. And I'm not even going to spend a lot of time on this. I just want to say I'm done. I'm really done with this segment of the community. And I don't even think it's really a whole lot of true Nintendo fans. I think it's people who are milking a trend. And they're still milking it because it's still giving forth milk. But I'm done, man. I'm done with the crying over game key cards. I bought Star Wars Outlaws. It's a game key card. I don't even think the game downloads to your actual system, does it? I think so it don't even use up any storage on your system, right?
A game key card? Yeah, it does.
It does?
It's basically a digital game.
Okay. Well, I got it. I know this. I'm going to be able to beat the game. I'm going to have the game for at least the game is going to be able to be played for at least a decade. I know I'm going to get to at least 10 years of playing out of this game. At least that, probably more. I'm done. This is inevitable. This is not going anywhere. And as we just saw, Xbox Game Pass, you better keep your subscription because you don't own nothing, so you might as well keep paying your $30, which I could pivot right there, Keith, but I'm going to hold my thought because I want to bring you guys in. Are y'all done? Can we be done with this? I'm not even defending the game key card. It is a necessary situation. It is what it is. Nintendo didn't give us a home console. They gave us a portable device that runs off cartridges. It is what it is, people. It's unavoidable. There may be certain situations where a game key card is not necessary, but the physical card costs a lot more. They don't want to pay that. There's an option out there. They taking the option. This is a market that they looking to make money. They looking to make the most on their creation. It is what it is. But I got something to say. I'm not going to say it right now. I'm going to let these guys talk. But some of you guys are hypocrites. And I'll explain myself in a second. Go ahead. Can we be done with this? Who want to take the floor?
I go.
Go ahead.
Oh, man. Nintendo fans, hear me now. You said, as a Nintendo fan, I want a more powerful Switch. I want it to be faster. I want it to be bigger. I want more storage. I want to play third-party games. I want a bigger battery. I want all this stuff, and you better give it to me for the same price that you gave it to me for the first Switch. That's what I want. That's not realistic. You can't expect Nintendo to continue giving you everything that they gave to you on the Switch with a more capable console. Ubisoft and Capcom both have now told you that the cartridges are just too slow. They don't stream fast enough. So this is how they're able to provide to you the experiences that you said that you wanted. Why are you still crying? Why are you still on the internet boycotting? Why are you saying I'm not going to play it over here, I'm going to play it over there? But this is your preferred platform. Like, boycotts work when everybody's on the same page, but at least make it make sense. And this one don't make any sense. We still talking about this. Game key cards did not come about with the Switch 2. Game key cards were on the first Switch. Remember, we only had 16 gigabytes of storage, and there were games that eclipsed that, and they put it on a game key card, or you bought it digitally. I don't remember the uproar that much, but for some reason with the Switch 2, y'all want to get on Twitter, on Elon Musk Twitter, and yell to the moon how you're not happy with what Nintendo's been doing with game key cards. You know what? If you want to boycott, fine. Go ahead and boycott. I think I'm finna join Level. We finna shake hands, dap it up, and we finna go buy some game key cards because I'm sick of y'all. Y'all want the whole moon, but you didn't ask what it was going to take to get it on the earth. And then now that it's here,
that was nice. Don't run past that line
like that.
right. That was a bar. You asked for the whole moon and didn't know how we was gonna get it to the earth.
But now that it's here, you got floods and tsunamis, and you can't swim. Your boat got a leak in it, but you wanted the moon, guys. This is the reality. It's not going to change. Things can change as technology gets better. But right now, this is what we got to do. Enjoy your games. We might not even be here tomorrow. You want to talk about a game key card. You might not even see the future. Shut up.
Here it is.
I saw you by hitting with a Tony Baker.
Dark Real One said something I like. I will buy all third-party games of quality that have my interest, key card or not. That's right. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, K-Bum, because I want to bring up something into this, but I'm giving you your opportunity to cook.
Before I go into that, well, two things. Claps up to Key. That was a good segment. I like that. That was dope.
Yeah.
I like what he said. Yeah, dap up, brother. Dap it up. Give him the Rocky Apollo Creed bicep fist pump, the handshake. You know what meme I'm talking about. Okay. Secondly, before I get into what I want to say, I want to I do want to call out what one of our gentlemen in the back row said about Microsoft. One of our gentlemen in the back row, Fred 215, said, "I know what this strategy is. Maybe there is a strategy to get gamers to buy other systems so we buy more Microsoft games."
I missed that. Where was that at? Hold up. Oh,
that's their plan.
Maybe their strategy to get gamers to buy other systems so they can buy more of their games, so they can sell physical games, basically. That's that. Okay.
Oh my Lord, that is terrible. That is terrible. Anyway, I thought that was funny. I had to call that out. Like this is still a thing. So I get, for me, every single game that I'm going to purchase on my Switch 2 is going to be digital. Cause I'll be John Brown if I get up and have to switch a cartridge out of my system. I'll be John Brown if I got to do that. Now, every person I'm going to get on this Switch 2 is going to be digital. I don't ownership. I ain't playing this game next year. I ain't playing this game in 2 years. I have PS3 games, PS4 games that since I moved into my house is still in the back of my basement. What I'm gonna do with them? My PlayStation 5 can play PS4 games. But why do I care? I'm not about to go play a PS4 game when I got Marvel Rivals and I got 2K and I got Madden and I got FIFA and I got Hades and I got free-to-play game and like Overwatch if I want to get back into it. Like, what am I? I don't care about ownership. I care about playing video games. Maybe I'm the target audience. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I don't care because I am not the collector. I don't need to brag about how cool of a gamer I am by having you see my collection of games behind me as I do my podcast. I don't need street cred. I don't need you to see my amiibos, which I don't have. I don't need that. For what reason? I am a gamer because I play video games. I don't have a collector bone in my body. And so Nintendo could just say, hey, use this code that these programmers wrote on a piece of paper and download it. Like you could still be doing that. It could literally give you an IOU note in a box, in a box, and tell you, here you go, download your game this way. Like what? This is 2025, people. Ownership is a lie. we want to be honest. Let's get honest here, brother. Ownership is a lie. They'll turn DRM on so quick on you. Even for your disc, you put your disc in, it don't work. You can't play online. You can't play. They stopped the servers. So what does it matter? You can't play it anymore. The servers are down. You can't even play so you're gonna sit there and look at the loading screen just because you got your physical copy? I don't get the outrage. And maybe it's my fault for not being empathetic.
Go ahead. I'm gonna have to step away for a second.
I can rant some more. Don't worry about it. Maybe it's my fault for not being compassionate enough for those who are collectors, for those who like to have physical copy of the game the way that they used to do it. But get out the way, dinosaur. When the last time you walked into a Best Buy and bought a CD? Like, this is where it's going. You can sit there like, what they say, old man screaming at the moon. You can do that all you want. This is what it is, brother. And you're taking your frustration out on Nintendo when they are providing an avenue, and Keith said it, an avenue for these developers to get the game on the system in a way that allows you to at least have a bit of ownership. A bit of ownership. You can turn around and sell it, do whatever you want with it. It's a bit of it's more than what everybody else is doing. And that's the part I don't get. Nintendo is doing more than what everyone else is doing when it comes to these digital titles. They're giving you an avenue. They have an entire different ecosystem and structure because of the cartridge than you have with the Blu-rays. It's completely different. And so they give you an opportunity to have a bit of ownership. And you can turn around and sell it if you wanted to. And we sit here and we scream at the moon because it's not the old way, but you have to understand the old way is going to be gone in a few. We are very close to having digital-only systems. Very close. Because they are testing that water. I'm telling you, they're testing the waters. Because we are very close to it. So I don't know. Like I said, it may be me. I am not in that collection. I'm not in that fan base that screams at. I've gave up my dream of owning stuff a long time ago. I do digress with one piece. I am trying my hardest to get a collector copy of the entire Infinity Saga. I am trying to do that. The Marvel movies. That is in Blu-ray and 4K. That is seeming to be extremely hard to do. So yes, I from that standpoint, I understand collectors because I am trying to find the collector edition 4K of the entire Infinity Saga of Marvel. I from that point I understand, but I can just turn on Disney Plus and watch it. I can just watch it if I want to. It's just I want to be able to have it and cherish it. So when my children or children, they can have that piece. And that's all that's something I would rewatch. I redo is that, but I'm not playing Uncharted 1 from my PlayStation 3. I don't care about that. I'm beyond that. So I don't know. That's my stance. That's how I feel about it. I think Nintendo gamers love or people who call themselves Nintendo gamers, because there's a lot of those as well, love to find something to complain about because they're not satisfied. You have to complain about. You got to complain about something, especially when they've knocked it out of the park this much with some of the stuff they've done on the Nintendo Switch 2. But I don't know. I just feel like they got to have something to complain about. And again, if I offended you with my stance, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be empathetic. But I can't ride with you. That's how I feel.
So I want to add in what Darkwing Dragon said. He said it's the Nintendo hate drifters level. In all honesty, the key card thing was always blown out of proportion for views. I 1000% agree. Once it took on people running for people to be an echo chamber for them, that's when it became a thing. When the views became a thing, that's when all the hating on game key cards. I don't believe these people really hate game key cards. And this is how I'm explaining it. So I was listening to a person, and they was playing a game, Chronos. Dark, they was playing Chronos. and they made an interesting statement that caught my attention. They said, and I'll tell you who said it here after I set it up. They said that they're playing on, they didn't buy the game. They was playing on PlayStation 5. They didn't buy the game because they would never spend $69.99 for a game, right? So they used GameFly. And they was buying the game on GameFly. And so I got to thinking. I was like, okay, so you don't buy games, but you pay a subscription to rent games monthly, and depending on what tier, because to me it won't even be of any value if you do anything less than 3 games out at a time. So you were spending around $34 a month, which equates to about $408 a year. Now, depending on how often you cycle the games out, you could be getting your money's worth and you could not be. Now, I know K-Bum and the way he plays games, I think he gets his money's worth out of GameFly. But I was like, if you don't buy your games anyway, should we take what you have to say about game key card and lack of ownership as serious as some want you to take them if they don't even buy games at all? And their reasoning for not buying the games is because they're too expensive. So they're comfortable with giving away $30 a month to rent a game long term. Isn't that basically a game key card? Am I tripping? If now K-Bum, you help me out. Keith, you bring everyone jump in.
Okay.
If I'm renting the game, now I know you don't have no problem, so this ain't at you, K-Bum. I'm just saying, if you are on the front lines warring against game key cards and the anti-consumer nature of a game key card, yet in the same breath, you don't buy games. You rent them. Aren't you essentially doing the very same thing?
I would move it towards, it's similar to Game Pass. But to your point of saying is it's similar to not owning doing the key card. In a sense, yes, because you're not prioritizing ownership.
There you go.
Right, you're prioritizing playing the game. You're not prioritizing owning the game.
Okay, so hold it right there. I just want to. So
yes.
Now, if you're not, so I did the math, and I know you didn't get a chance to see it because I was like, dang, K-Bum ain't saying nothing. He the game key card guy here. I did the math and so this year I've bought for my Switch. Currently I have, and I pretty much only have bought for my Switch this year. I haven't bought anything for my PlayStation 5 this year. I've bought around 11 to 12 games for my Switch 2. And when I did the math on how much that cost, I have spent around about $400. So there's 12 games this year at about $400 this year. If you are doing the 3-tier of GameFly, that's $408 a year. So, but I get to play those games until the servers stop allowing me to. On some of the games I outright own. Some of the games is on digital, and some of the games is one game is a game key card. I know I'm going to be able to play that game until Ubisoft decides to not hold it on their servers, which is probably at least a decade and a half from now. Whereas in order for you, not you, K-Bum, but the person I'm thinking of, to continue to play Call of Duty, to continue to play NBA 2K or whatever game you playing, you have to keep renting that game and holding it in your queue. So essentially you are paying, if let's say you keep a online game like Overwatch or Call of Duty or something, you keep it out because you want to play with your friends the whole year. You are basically playing about $11 a month for that game. So in a year span, if you keep it out a whole year, you didn't spend $69.99 for that game. You actually spent over $100 to rent a game. Now, again, if you're doing what K-Bum does and you constantly cycling things out, that's beneficial because you can play more games. You can play a lot of games for less. But if you playing like what I think some of these guys are doing, you are essentially playing about 7-8 games a year. So, and to me, the math ain't mathing. And your cry of ownership makes no sense if you don't own nothing. So why should I take anything you're saying serious?
I think that's the point of contention there. I wouldn't care if K-Bone was playing 2 or 3 games a year and he was paying for that service.
Yeah, I don't want K-Bone to think I'm targeting him. I'm just trying
I ain't worried about that.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying is I wouldn't care because he's not on the internet blasting game key cards and ownership.
Right.
And that's the issue. The issue is this person is talking about ownership, and literally building. Let me be careful here. Literally building a following to attack a certain group of people, and the whole time they don't really care about ownership. Right. They really don't. They just using it as a talking point for followers. To me, that's a weak position. If you really stood on that, everything that you do and you say, oh, I don't like game key cards, and that position should be everywhere. Everywhere you turn, that same position you should take that same position. But you can't just say, well, I'm just going to attack Nintendo because reasons, and I don't like what they're doing. But then you go and get a game on Xbox, or rent a game, subscribe to Xbox, whatever it is that you do. It's like
PlayStation 5 and GameFly.
Right. Well, I'm just putting out scenarios.
I'm just trying to make
I know
sure.
you're gonna bring. Yeah, you're gonna bring it home. But right. I'm just saying, like, you can't. I wouldn't. You can't do that because you're gonna get basically called out if your fans are, smart enough to notice it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you could just be quiet and just enjoy gaming however you want to enjoy it. If you don't want to buy game key cards and you don't like them, you don't have to get on the internet and say nothing about them.
Right.
Because what you're doing is, if ownership is your point of contention, then what you're doing is hypocritical. But anyways, I'll let you bring it home.
So, Mr. Angry Vigilante, I need answers, sir. If you're going to be on the front line of arguing about the anti-consumer nature of game key cards, sir, I need you to buy some games. I need you to buy some games. I can't take you serious if you crying about lack of ownership and you are comfortable with renting games because games are too expensive. So the only thing you caring about is the experience. You get to play the game, you send the game back. That's equivalent to just a game key card. And actually, the person who got the game key card gets to play the game way longer than you and enjoy it for way longer than you, actually for cheaper. Because once you get done paying for that subscription in 1 year, if you're not sending them games back fast enough and get running through them and sending them back and running through another one, sir, you basically are renting games where they get to own that game for at least a decade and a half and enjoy that game until that server goes down. So they get more bang for their buck than you are. Because they don't have to go back and send for the game back when it gets hype again. All week I got to send for Overwatch and I got to wait for a couple of weeks until it arrives to my house. They can just re-download that game. So I just felt that puzzling and kind of interesting that a person that is arguing hard on game key cards don't buy games. And, hey, I like you, Angry Vigilante, but tighten up, sir. Tighten it up. You can't be out here talking about you don't buy games and complaining about ownership. That's not your fight. Now, those who are collectors and serious about collecting and game preservation, I'm with you. If you don't like it, you are standing on something that you've been doing. You are a collector. I understand your plight. I may not align with you on continuing to fight for this. Is because of the nature of the Switch 2. It is a necessary, I'm not going to call it an evil, it's a necessary requirement. It's necessary, right? For many of the reasons that has been shared. But I want to own my game too. I want to own my game. I paid for my game. But I'm going to play this game and I'm not going to care about this game in about a decade. So if you want to collect, I get it. But if you ain't collecting and you ain't even buying games, I need you to sit to the side and hush. I say that with all love. Let's move to the next subject. So, where are we going next?
Anything else?
We got to talk about the art versus graphics.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to talk about that one with Nintendo turning down these. Let's hit on that while we own Nintendo real quick. And I just want to get their thoughts. Then we'll end on the art style versus graphics with Ghost of Yotei versus Assassin's Creed Shadows. So Keith, again, shouts out to Keith. Found this article in, I don't know where he got it from, but it was very interesting. And I thought it was good for a topic where there were some there were games that were presented to Nintendo that went on to be hits that made me ask the question, is Nintendo blind to talent that's not created in their own house? Or blind to greatness that is not developed by themselves, in and of themselves? And I'm trying to get back up there where Keith posted all this. Okay, here it is. So it started with this article right here. Was it Croc's Legend of how you say that? Gobos? Gobo?
Yeah.
Gobos?
I just want to talk about that for just a second, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So I forgot what spearheaded this idea, and while I was looking this up, but the team, I can't remember the name of the team now. Is the name of the team on there? Are you seeing it?
Platform developed by Argonauts.
So Argonauts
Software
approached Nintendo about making a Yoshi driving game, like a kart racing game or some type of racing game.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo turned them down. So what they did was they went and made the game, put it on PlayStation. That's how you got the game Croc, and that's why he looks that way, because a green dinosaur crocodile looking character, because Nintendo turned them down. And the first game was, I guess it was decent, and then they followed it up with a second one, and nobody really cared. But that wasn't the point. The point is that this was something that they wanted to make a Nintendo game, and because Nintendo said no, they went off and made their own game. Now, everything isn't going to be a success. It's not going to be always a runaway success, but the fact that Nintendo is approached or being consistently approached by different things, and I'll let you go from there, but because Nintendo's being approached by different things and then they turn them away, and you don't know what game that was for Nintendo that could have been a massive Nintendo hit that ended up being on PlayStation or Sega Saturn or Xbox, what have you. Very interesting things that I was finding out that night.
Yeah, so continuing with that, with Croc, now, Croc may not have been as big of a hit, but it did spur Keith to continue to dig on other titles that may have been pitched to Nintendo first that got turned down and became great hits. and some interesting titles showed up. One was Crash Bandicoot. So supposedly Crash Bandicoot was initially wanted to work on a Donkey Kong style game in 3D. They pitched the idea of making a 3D character-based platformer with Nintendo in mind by licensing Donkey Kong, and that wasn't possible. So they created an all-new character, Crash, and marketed him as a Sony's Mario. The results, Crash became PlayStation's mascot in the late 90s. And y'all remember Crash Bandicoot was funny, and that game could have been, or that what was initially planned for the game, that could have been Donkey Kong. Now, I'm not saying that would have worked with Donkey Kong. I'm just saying it's interesting that a game that's very popular from a studio, Naughty Dog, was first pitched to Nintendo, which goes to another game. And it just kept going. I'm like, wow. So another game, a couple of games that was very interesting that could have started their life and found their beginning on the Nintendo platform, and that was Tomb Raider and Halo. So Tomb Raider, core designs, Eidos, I think that's how you said it. Eidos. Is it Eidos or Eidos?
Eidos, I think.
Eidos. Okay, Eidos. Core Design has shown early concept of a 3D adventure game to Nintendo, hoping to partner on tech. Nintendo wasn't interested. Tomb Raider instead became one of PlayStation's defining franchises. Nintendo passed up on that, and they also passed up on Halo. Bungie originally pitched Halo to multiple companies in the late 90s, including Nintendo. Nintendo passed, uninterested in a PC-first FPS strategy. Microsoft swooped in, bought Bungie, and Halo became the cornerstone of Xbox. Does Nintendo, and then we could go to the last topic. I have to ask this question. Is Nintendo blind to talent that does not come from their own studios? Because there's a lot of games that you missed that went on to be great games.
I just think it's one of them things, and I'm curious to see what K-Bone going to say, but I think it's just one of those things where it just doesn't fit your idea, and then also there's a certain air of arrogance that, hey, we want to make a game of from your franchise on your platform, and then you still tell them no, because they didn't choose. Because Nintendo does work with people. They work with Capcom, and people that like Capcom has made Zelda games, right? So they do work with other developers, but it's when they choose to do that. 9 times out of 10, when somebody comes to Nintendo with an idea, they usually turn it down. And it's probably for legal reasons. I don't know. I don't
have a problem with them not wanting their mascot to be used, but you could tell them, like, hey, we don't want our mascot to be used, but we would love to see what you can do of your own creation and pitch that to us, and we might partner with you. But so yeah, I'm with you though. I see where you're going. I see where you're going with that. A combination of a little arrogance and this don't fit our philosophy. I can rock with that. I just found it interesting that Halo, you had the opportunity to have Halo, man, on a Nintendo system. Oh my God. Dark says they bought Monolith Soft though. They bought Monolith, so that should give them a little credit. They messed up not getting some of those though. Absolutely. K-Bun, the floor is yours. What's your thought, man? Then we move on to this graphics versus art.
My take on this is I think Nintendo has pitched a lot of things, especially back then when they were the center of gaming, especially when Sony was either very young or not on the scene. when Nintendo was kicking butt and taking names. So I fully believe they were pitched a lot of things, and there are some things that just fall through the cracks. Right? It could be many factors, as not the right timing, not the right funding, not the right, as Keith kind of saying, didn't meet the philosophy.
Who playing Comic Book Crunch? Who playing? You talking about the game? You got me.
49ers Rams. 49ers Rams.
My bad, K-Bron. Go ahead. My bad.
It's all good. It's all good. So to me, okay, let me make a comparison to you. It may not be a perfect comparison, but I'll make this comparison. The original actor who turned down The Matrix.
Oh, yeah. Will.
Turned down a lot of movies during that time. And people got famous off of the movies that he turned down in his prime. He was a hot commodity. And there was a lot of things going on and people asking him. And for him, he said he didn't understand The Matrix. He didn't get it, didn't understand it. And he went on to do Wild Wild West. Great job, Will. But even with that, there was a lot of movies, and I forget, there's a plethora of movies that he turned down that other people became stars because of it. But he was the hottest thing on TV, and he got pitched so much that, some of the things he turned down became mega hits, and then some of his own stuff did as well. I think it's similar to that. I can't 100% say that, but I do feel it's a little bit similar when it comes to Nintendo and some of these games kind of not meeting their criteria and falling through the cracks. I don't think they don't understand talent. I think they do get it. But I don't think every decision they make is gold. They created their biggest rival because they closed the door in their face. So I just think, when you're on top, everyone wants a piece, and that rejection turns people into your biggest opponents. And I just think that's kind of what happens in the space of Nintendo, because they've been killing it since they kind of came out. So that's my stance on it.
That's an interesting take, and I want to use it to say I'm glad some of these games didn't come to Nintendo. Because just like I can't imagine Will being Neo, I don't think no one would have played Neo better than Keanu Reeves. Like, it was meant for him. Matrix would not have been a thing if Will Smith would have been Neo. It would have been a one-off. It wouldn't have been a second or a third. Not that I believe. Because I don't think Will could play the type of Neo that we needed to make it what it was. So, with that being said, do I trust Nintendo to handle a Halo? And now that I think about it, Halo was always meant to be with Microsoft. Because Microsoft gave Halo the legs it needed to be what it was. It allowed Bungie to do what they needed to do to make Halo what it was. I do not believe Nintendo would have given it the resources and the cosign and the support that it needed to become what Halo was. Because I don't think Nintendo would have understood what it was to be what it was. I don't think they would have went as far as Microsoft went. So, taking your analogy, Will, I'm going a different way. Thank you, Nintendo, for turning it away. Because I don't think these games, especially Halo, and maybe I think Tomb Raider would have been fine with Nintendo, but Halo wouldn't have been fine with Nintendo. I'm sorry. Crash Bandicoot would have been fine with Nintendo because that's all in their wheelhouse. That's the platformers. I think Tomb Raider could have found some space there. No different than 007. But Halo, no. Microsoft and Bungie was a perfect mix for that time to make Halo what it was. I don't think Nintendo could have been the Microsoft for Halo. Keith, you got anything to add to that?
I slightly disagree. I think Halo would have worked. I don't think Tomb Raider would have worked because Nintendo was censoring heavy back then. Everything was censoring,
That's true.
You think Halo would have worked online with Nintendo?
Yes, if you consider what they did with not online, because we wouldn't have got the online portion of it.
You talking about linking up with other systems?
Yeah, we would have definitely got online though. I mean, not online. Excuse me, multiplayer.
Okay.
You would have had all of that, but I don't think. And honestly, just saying that, and I'm glad you said that. Level, you got me thinking. We would. You're right. You're right. We would have been set back because Halo was that game that really ushered in the online portion. Not necessarily the game itself, but just that online community. Like you said, linking other Xboxes with each other. That whole thing just blew up, and Nintendo wasn't doing that. So yeah, you're right. You're right. I think the game would have worked, but the magnitude of what Halo became and what it did for gaming, we wouldn't have got that.
Yeah, I guess I'm going the opposite way. I'm with you. I think the linking up would have been in Nintendo's wheelhouse. I don't think they would have let the game become what it was. I don't think they would have let the adult, serious nature of Halo. It just, what do we have in Nintendo's wheelhouse that's anything remotely close to what Halo is?
Emio.
I said.
You said adult. You said adult.
Brother, well, you know what I mean. Like,
brother.
I almost said it again. I said anyway, I don't know what's going on, but that word is trying to find its way to the surface. Kawan, welcome to the show. That's what I remember about Halo and how I felt about Halo. Halo was so not Nintendo. And, like, just the attitude, like, Halo felt just so un-Nintendo that I just can't picture Nintendo having charge of it. I feel like Miyamoto would have wanted something more kid-friendly, I just don't think they would have let it be what it was. Blowing up stuff, shooting stuff, sniper rifles, somewhere it would have not been what it. That's just me. That's just my thought with Nintendo. I don't trust
it just wouldn't have been what it was because of the online factor. I think the game could have been relatively the same. Dude, you got to look at some of that Jet Force Gemini game was brutal.
I was thinking of. I know. I ain't talking about the difficulty. I'm talking about the aesthetic.
No. Yeah. I'm talking about the maturity of it, allowing it so it wouldn't be so kiddie.
Well, you did
Metroid Prime. We had
Turok.
Metroid Prime 2 had arena style multiplayer. Like they was trying, but that's what would have happened. You would have had that arena style multiplayer. Halo has arena style multiplayer, but it wouldn't have went anywhere. It wouldn't have went nowhere. Halo was in the right place to do it. But I do think Nintendo would have made it a longer lasting franchise. I think Microsoft went to the well too many times, giving those players the same thing over and over and over again. I'm not a Halo player, but that's what it seems to me outside looking in. Y'all got burnt out on Halo. So, I don't know.
Okay, so let's move to our last topic, then we'll get up out of here. So, everybody know Ghost of Yotei. There's a lot of games coming out here soon. I know Ninja Gaiden coming out this month. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I'm getting it. I don't think I'm gonna get it yet. I think I'm gonna wait. I was like, dang, that comes out this month. I think I'm getting Yotei, and Ninja Gaiden gonna have to wait down the road. And there's a few other games coming out this month. But Ghost of Yotei is coming out. Is it this month or next month?
Ghost of Yotei's out now, I believe.
Yes.
Ghost of Yotei is already out?
Yep.
I think I see people with the not carts, but the packages. Yeah, it's out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to wait. I got too much to play already. I'm not getting it right now. And my son's still in my man cave, so there ain't no point in me getting anything on my PlayStation 5 at the moment. So, with Ghost of Yotei being out, of course, people across the internet always serving up the goodies. Is going to do a comparison between it and right now Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I'm gonna be honest with you, is dope as Assassin's Creed Shadows look, I didn't want to play it. But seeing this comparison brought up an interesting thought amongst us in the chat with the different approaches to a similar samurai world. And one is more graphical, one is more artistic in nature. And we want to discuss it and look at it for a second before we get out of here and give our thoughts. And I'm gonna let the video play, and I'm gonna let K-Bum come in here and kind of set this up. But K-Bum, did you get a chance to play? Did you get a chance to play Shadows? Did you want to play Shadows?
No, it's Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed. No. The short answer is no.
Mm-hmm. Keith, what about you?
No, I didn't play Assassin's Creed. I considered getting it, but no, I didn't play it.
Okay. Well, so we was looking at this, and while both games are very graphical, Ghost has more of an artistic approach that is a little bit not as graphical as it is and it isn't. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but because Ghost is very graphical. But it's also very artistic in nature, whereas Assassin's Creed seems to be more just graphical, but not as artistic. It seems to lean more graphical than Ghost. Ghost seems to lean more artistic than Shadows. And we thought it was kind of interesting because you get to see both these worlds that are in similar worlds, but just kind of comparing the two, I wanted to kind of get their thoughts on it. So, K-Bum, how are you feeling about what you're seeing going on in Yote in comparison to how Shadows was?
For starters, I'm surprised at how well Shadows actually looked.
Right.
In my opinion, I thought it would have been a no contest type of battle, and that Ghost would have just wiped the floor. Because I remember how in awe I was of Ghost of Tsushima, and how just beautiful I thought that game looked, especially when compared to early PS5 games, or even compared to PS5 games now.
Or any Assassin's Creed game. Any Assassin's Creed game.
Exactly. And so when seeing this game, Shadows, and then especially compared directly with Ghost, I was quite surprised how well Shadow held up. And I was also so surprised that there were several aspects that I preferred Shadows than Ghost, especially when it came to water physics and the way the rain worked.
You talking right where the water is up.
and the way the rain interacted with the geometry, I was quite surprised. I'm like, yeah, that's killing Ghost. What I thought Ghost did a better job is one with textures. I thought their textures were much better, and it felt more realistic in their textures, the way that the cloth move, the way that the textures on the protagonist's face and her scar, you can see her scars and the cuts on her. I thought that was very well done. And even the cloth simulations. What drew my eye, so I did think Shadow looked really good. But what drew my eye to Ghost was how every scene looked like a painting.
Right.
Or it looked like a scene from a movie, like the way that it was captured. And it does something different to you, right? You can look at something that looks graphically beautiful and it looks amazing, but it's not presented in the best way, or it's not captured in like Fred, what we saw from Halo, they had some graphical things on there, but if you don't portray it in the right way, it doesn't hit the same, because the lighting system was a little off in Halo. But it literally, Ghost looks like a painting, and it looks artistic, and it looks like it's taken with care, or it's using brush strokes. It looks like a canvas. Like you describe it differently than you would just a high polygon game, and I think it
has more character.
It adds more character, and you just describe it different, and it gives you a different feeling. Like standing in the meadows while the wind's blowing, and watching the wind interact with the meadow of the yellow flowers or the purple flowers, or being under the tree when the wind and the leaves picks up. It's a different feeling you get while playing the game, right? So it's just yeah. I want to describe it that way because I think that's the best way to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, to me it has more, character, more appeal, more, like I said, artistic. It's more mood,
Yeah.
it's moody, it's cinematic. It creates an emotion, whereas Assassin's Creed Shadows, while it looks amazing, it doesn't create the same emotional connection as the art style of, to me, Yote brings out of you. It makes you feel like you said, when you walking in there in the fog and the dimness of the light, and how the scene looks, pulls out an emotional connection to it, to where I would say Shadows just look like a very graphical, well put together game, but it just don't hit that artistic flavor. Go ahead, Keith. What's your thoughts, bro? How would you articulate this?
Yeah, first of all, I've been waiting to say this. K-Bum is very nice by saying that Halo only had lighting issues. It's nice. I made sure I wasn't gonna forget to say that.
That's funny.
But yeah, I agree. I agree with both of you guys. Let me first start off by saying I do have a bias toward Ghosts. When I played Tsushima, I thought the game was beautiful, and the combat, and it was just a complete total package. It was not perfect by any means. I think Ghost of Yote, some of the things that I've seen in it have proven that Ghost of Tsushima wasn't perfect. But to me, it was a complete game. It was really fun and engaging. I was also surprised by how good Assassin's Creed Shadows looked. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be that graphically intense. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't ever picture or envision an Assassin's Creed game looking that good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is probably the best looking Assassin's Creed game I've ever seen, bar none. I think they have generally beautiful graphics, right? It's like a general, like, oh, this game looks good, but Assassin's Creed Shadows kind of takes it to the next level with their graphics. And I think, like K-Bone mentioned, the water effects. I don't know if you mentioned the snow effects. No, that snow effects and Ghosts. And snow effects and Ghosts. But the water effects in Assassin's Creed Shadow, some of the things I saw with the storm in the sky, you got to take your hats off to Ubisoft with this one. I don't know if this is, them intention or whatever. Or we don't know. Anyways, but it's definitely a lot better than what I initially gave it credit for. I like the physics when you can destroy the environment. That's also pretty dope in Assassin's Creed. That's not even possible in Ghost. But I do think Ghost is still, like I said, I have a bias, but I still think Ghost would be my preferred way to play. I like the more artsy. I like the more painting. Because that's what I envision when I'm playing or looking at like that feudal Japan type of era. That's what I'm thinking about. So it would be the artsy for me. That's the Nintendo fan in me, I guess. I like the art style more than I like the visuals of Assassin's Creed Shadow. But I think they're both beautiful.
Okay. Man, seeing Yote can't tear up not one thing in this game. There ain't nothing, nothing but enemy AI is getting hit, because ain't no vegetable, ain't no box tearing up. But one thing that I would say that makes me biased to Yote and Tsushima is the combat system. I'm looking at Assassin's Creed Shadows, and while everything we saying is true, the combat system don't look like it's nowhere near on par with Yote or Tsushima. So That's what really made me fall in love. It was the visuals, the artistic flavor, alongside that combat system, is what makes Yotei and Tsushima so great. Assassin's Creed I was shocked by how good it looked, because it's Ubisoft, and I play many Assassin's Creed. I played 2 Assassin's Creed. I ain't played many. I played 2. And while they're not bad looking games, I played 3 actually, because I played Shadows too. So I played Black Flag, I played 3, Black Flag, and Shadows. And I enjoyed Shadows to a degree, but I end up getting lost in that game again, just like you get lost in all Ubisoft games. Just too much stuff on the screen. Anyway, so I was shocked at how good Shadows look. That did impress me. But I am partial to Yotei, and looking at it, I can say I think that partiality is in bounds, because the combat system just on a whole nother scale. But yeah, man, that is interesting to me to see these two compared. And while I would say Shadow wins in the graphical department, in my opinion, I think in aspects, I think Ghost is actually more visually pleasing than Shadows. Even though I can see where the waters, just certain things look a lot better in Shadows. It's just that artistic flavor is just more appealing to me in Ghost. But it's not winning everywhere in graphics, because the rocks in Ghost look way better than Shadows. But any other thoughts on this?
No, I think you hit it right on the nose. Talking about the way that it's more artistic and it just feels different. I think that's spot on.
Yeah. Keith?
I agree. Why they didn't show that black man though?
I was just gonna say that you beat me to it. Like, what a black man?
Like, I forgot he was even in the game. If you watching this,
if it ever goes on sale, which it will,
it's on sale now.
Or comes to the Switch, too, I may consider it. If it's on sale, or it comes to the Switch, I may consider it. But
Game Pass, subscribe.
Huh?
Subscribe to Game Pass, you'll get it.
Huh? What'd you say?
He said, subscribe to Game Pass, you'll get it.
One of y'all said something. Y'all breaking up. What'd you say? Oh, okay. Well, I guess they ain't saying nothing. Okay, so yeah, if it comes to Switch 2 or go on sale, I might get it. With that being said, I'm gonna have to wait on Ghost of Yotei too. That'll probably be November. I got too many games to play. I'm still playing Hogwarts. I got to beat Silksong, and I got to beat Outlaw. So Yotei gonna have to wait. And like I said, my PlayStation 5 down here, I have no access for down here right now. I gotta get some things changed. So that's gonna have to wait. But I gotta give it to Shadows. When you looking at them side by side, graphically is outshining, but not artistically. But with that being said, that was the show for tonight. We thank everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna let these dudes begin to sign out, starting with Mr. Norris. Go ahead, bro.
Man, yeah. Glad y'all came through with us tonight. I thought we had a really good show tonight. I think the things that we talked about, probably go back and listen to some of this. Man, I thought this was a pretty good show. Only time will tell what Xbox is out here trying to do, man. Raising prices, raising blood pressure, all the stuff. Just out here just raising. Anyways, man, I'm glad y'all tuned in. It was good chopping it up with the fellas. And until next time.
All right. K-Bun 20, come on. No.
Yeah, man. No problem, man. I enjoyed myself today, man. It was a good podcast. I enjoyed the comment section. You guys were putting in the work today. Appreciate that. And I saw a lot of people come through. Saw some faces, some names I haven't seen in a while. Saw some old names that come through every week. We do appreciate that. We do not take that for granted. You guys definitely could spend your time doing something else. So we do appreciate you coming through and hanging out with us for these 2 hours and change that we're on here. So we do appreciate it, and look forward to the next conversation next week for sure.
Yeah, man, I ditto everything that I've heard. I enjoyed myself on tonight. Everybody that kept us company in the comment section, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We will be back next time, same place, same time, all in your internet streets, all in your eardrum. Like I said, keep your eyes open, keep your hands together, pray, seek the Lord. Amen. We in a different time, bro. So while we enjoying these games, don't close yourself off to what's going on around you. This is the Live 11 Gamers Podcast. Till next time, y'all be blessed. Deuces. Peace.